You could have told MamaMax's videos were fake like a year beforehand, the moment he started uploading them. Bro, this guy will actually try anything, won't he? Honestly, it's based. I have to respect it. Completely, there's no way he's going to get away with that and he'll be dogged forever. It would be great. Yeah, we don't like fracking. Dude, that would be, whoa, that'd be goated. That would be so good. He was making a lot of money and getting away with it. 10 days ago, Mudahar did a video about it. All right, well, I freaking love Mudahar, so let's watch his video, okay? Let's watch the Mudahar video on MamaMax, all right? So, like a month ago or something, MamaMax was found to be working with some volunteer organization, some like filmmaking thing with a bunch of kids or some bunch of impoverished kids who wanted to make films. I saw it. I didn't really cover it. My thoughts on it were basically like, I don't necessarily trust this guy around kids, but I don't think he's like a or anything. Like, I don't know how much I would trust Max around any vulnerable person, right? But to be honest, trying to find some kind of fucking meaning and actual productivity in the world is better than him being on YouTube doxing and harassing people. That was kind of my perspective. Is like, honestly, if he goes and just does this, if he just teaches, like, if he goes and uses his, you know, Hotline Miami editing skills that he's learned from YouTube to just go and teach a bunch of kids how to make edgy short films, cool. Epic. That's a great use of your time. At least you're actually doing something for kids now, instead of just doxing and harassing people for money online. However, people went and contacted them and got him fired from it, which, like, I mean, is kind of to be expected. I've not got like crazy sympathy for it. I just think the outcomes are obvious here. There's probably a better outcome in a world where Max is able to just go try and find a normal thing to do instead of being online. If you constantly strip everything that's normal in his life away from him, force him back online, it's probably going to be the same behavior again. So I don't feel like anyone's got really a outcomes-oriented mindset with this, but no one ever does. They just want to hurt people, which is the exact thing that Max took advantage of the whole time. But anyway, let's get into this video. This is going to explain most of it. And then we're going to look at the newest update, because he is back to YouTube.
It's me, Mudahar, and today we're going to be looking at a pretty interesting update regarding MamaMax. Now, usually when I do an investigation on the internet or make a big video, usually the matters are pretty done and dusted right there. I don't really have to go back. But, you know, since then, there's actually been a lot of developments that I think are worth talking about and worth revisiting. Now, to give you an idea, about the end of last year, I covered a creator known as MamaMax, who used to be a friend of mine, all right, a friend of Nexpo, friend of Nick Crowley, friend of a lot of people in the horror community. Now, Max was a content creator that was known for filming investigations and takedowns on unsavory people on the internet, specifically being unsavory towards those that are not of age, okay? Now, it turned out that I think nearly all of Max's investigative materials were complete nonsense. Now, Max had an interesting style of producing content, his editing was top-notch, his filmography was great, but the actual subject matter was really a sensationalism of really serious issues in the world, all for the sake of making him look better and altruistic and more, I guess you could say, vigilante-like than anything, okay? He really was the quote-unquote wannabe Batman of the internet. Now, on one hand, I really don't care if people produce really edgy content, but they actually
No. It wasn't just that he was the wannabe Batman of the internet. People like you and Nux were sitting around jerking him off on your podcast saying he was Batman.
I've just seen your performance in Dune 2. How did you fall off this hard? From movie start of tuber?
Yeah. That's honestly, you know, I'll take that one. Thank you, Aska, for the 333.
Results done. What I get really mad about is when people actually do these investigations and don't do them right, okay? You know what I mean? Like, don't do it justice. Actually get the people who are allegedly, you know, doing bad things scot-free, getting away from stuff. So anyways, as I made my video and plenty of other creators made their videos as well too, basically debunking Max, we even got into a call at one point where he had legitimately claimed that ChatGPT, the artificial intelligence that some would say is getting dumber over time, can actually be passing on legal advice.
All right, let's see, what is this? Oh, not ChatGPT, bro.
Okay, so look at what I just sent you.
Yeah, you sent me a ChatGPT.
Yeah, do we get? I don't want the full recap of
so about a month later, when I was basically chastised into checking in this cult,
I remember.
I found out that
I
was
was
there.
To
a Discord server.
Yeah, I was there, bro.
Okay,
I remember.
That much
I knew this was
Max
fake
found a way to
before
somehow
you did,
screw
bro.
that up. So anyways, he said, I remain committed to our film projects in my free time. The film project is, we'll proceed with the documentary on Camden. after law enforcement has concluded their investigation. Now, this is something you should have done in the beginning, right? This is the thing that I hate the most with people like this, because generally when we come up with an investigation, we don't even announce the investigation's release date until we actually have something conclusive to work on, right? When me and CoffeeZilla worked on financial investigations, any project that me and him have worked on, there was always the matter of getting the information first and then actually putting it together. Usually by the time there's any announcement that a project is coming out, we've already done all the
Cat Zaflock super chatted $1.48. MamaMax can still have a career reviewing hentai.
Thank you for the 2 Canadian Cat Zaflock
interviews, notified any law enforcement agencies, done everything we can. There's no point announcing something without having anything tangible, because then if you don't have anything tangible, your reputation takes a nosedive. And those are just financial investigations. When dealing with situations regarding
the disgusting comments about Muhtar's nationality or ethnicity that I'm seeing in chat right now are reminding me, guys. Tensions with the Indians on Twitter are crazy right now. It is a hostile environment out there. I don't know if you guys have been seeing this. Tensions with the Indians are they've been like fighting back now. They're sick of it. It has been like 6 months of non-stop Indian hate, to be fair. The amount of times I've seen that AI generated thing of like the streets of Mumbai, and it's like all the guys running towards the camera. The amount of times I've seen that's been all over my feed for like the last 3 weeks. So I understand they're sick of it, and they are really lashing out now. It's crazy.
Children, you want to make sure police are looped in and they're doing all that they can. And you also want to work with law enforcement to tell them what you can and cannot talk about in regards to a video. Max straight up defamed and called this person every name in the book without having something conclusive. And look, that person might be all the things Max accuses them of, but you have to provide.
Thank you for Max for the 5 gifted memberships. Good jobs again.
The evidence, which Max did not do at all. An extremely detailed response video, Silence All Survivors, is in the works. Given Max's release schedule, I think we'll wait until Grand Theft Auto 7's launch before that happens, revealing certain influencers' actions against us, and the survivors we're supporting. Given the sheer volume of attacks, finalizing this project may take months. So this is the thing that drives me insane. Obviously, one of the influencers is me, because Max was not at all happy with me completely cutting ties with him and exposing his nonsense bullshit. But realistically, when you hear the word sheer volume of attacks, this is somebody that cannot take a single point of criticism. In fact, if anything, their ego is too inflated to the point of actually understanding where they went wrong and course correcting, which is actually a mark of somebody literally having a lolcow gene. It seems our detractors will continue to drown out our voices with more falsehoods and accusations until we give up. It's interesting how none of these accusations have ever yet been debunked by Max or anybody on their team, okay? And this is one thing that really, if I sound pissed off doing it, it's because I have to deal with somebody that has the ego thinking that they're right, okay? Nothing drives me more up the ass than somebody that has deluded themselves and tries to be smug about it with you, okay? That actually incites me more to dig in and...
Yes, literally. Yes, Stylo. Yes. Oh, what if I get arrested? Yes.
Absolutely. Lay some fire
the fuck?
Okay? But the truth soon emerges as over the horizon. I've not seen the truth emerging so far over the horizon. In fact, I've only seen lies. Stay alert and open-minded until you finally see the other side of the story. Theoretically, I could engage in the same manipulative strategies, align with their adversaries, exploit every rumor and accusation ever made about them, orchestrate gossip amongst our peers to alienate them, and even platform their most abusive ex-partners and past enemies. However, I refuse to engage in such tactics. And nobody, who's investigating Max and his bullshit ever really engaged in any of that.
Max really milked a full 30-minute video out of this-ish, huh?
Of this without getting completely struck by Max. He basically said down in terms of operations, it seems, or anything. Usually when you make an investigation piece and you
was to go on Whisper and post about, oh, hey, if you want to join a family dynamic and be a part of a pack, hit me up on Kick, or DM me, and then we'd give them the kick. So, there's one time he did have me lure a girl physically.
That was something that Max wanted people to really look at and treat as the principal source of evidence, when in reality it was just a he said, she said situation. There were some takeaways from this entire piece that I remember, which was that basically, Spencer admitted to also preying after minors. Now, granted, she was working underneath this Camden person, allegedly. But the thing about it is being this lead individual, there were a few issues. The way that she described herself made it seem like she was the Ghislaine Maxwell to the Jeffrey Epstein in the situation, the second in command, so to speak. And the other scenario over here, now since then, I tried to look up her channel, which was youtube.com, at King of Nothing.
We all remember this, right? We all remember the MamaMax story, I feel like. Yeah? He was a fake pedo hunter. He brought in this girl called Spencer, who said she'd been abused by a black vampire. And then we went over the evidence, and it was incredibly loose, and nobody could really work out what the fuck was going on. It all looked like LARPs. And it turned out everything he'd ever done was fake. We all remember, guys, right? We all remember this. This was within the last year. I feel like we all should.
Opening this channel up, it found out this page isn't available. Now, when you see the monkey, there's a chance that the channel got taken down. So I looked up one of the original URL links for one of Spencer's videos, and it led me to the video has been removed by the uploader. So it makes me wonder if there might be a serious legal implication that these people have gotten themselves into.
Super chatted $1.48. I remember Jack the Destroyer.
Honestly, all the side stories in the MamaMax shit were all just so much better than the main stuff. Because it was like so cut and dry. Like if you weren't a retard, you could have told MamaMax's videos were fake like a year beforehand. Longer than that even, the moment he started uploading them. But the side stories, that was the epic stuff. Red Pagan, J-Mac. Like that was the really epic stuff. That shit went hard.
And some of the statements she made has to probably be deleted, okay? Maybe there is some case going on. Maybe there is some counter lawsuit going on. Who really knows in this situation? But I'll get to some of that later. Now, where it gets really scary here is apparently Max, a couple weeks ago, was spotted working with nonprofit organizations where he was working directly with at-risk children. Now, somebody that has fucked up investigations for children like this, seeing him work towards that is something that I only see as an individual doing when they want to build up their resume and not really try to make amends. This is some plan to come back to YouTube while saying, oh, look, I worked with this organization, therefore now I have some credibility. Give me money again, people. Now, this organization, Texas CASA, which is volunteers that are ordinary people that come from all walks of life, and just like the children in foster care that they help, so at-risk children, they're basically there for kids' daily life and serve as mentors and whatnot to get these kids feeling more safe and whatnot. So apparently this organization, CASA of El Paso, actually ended up saying last night at our volunteer dinner to show all our court-appointed special advocates, so the fact that we're dealing with courts and anything in the legal system, given how much of a fuck-up this person is...
Okay, so this is the kind of new stuff now. This is... Max was working for this filmmaking school, like a youth club, basically. Teach impoverished and at-risk kids how to make films.
Any legal investigation is scary. How grateful we are for each and every one of you. Your commitment to walking alongside the children and families of El Paso involved in the foster care system is truly appreciated.
I mean, he was also a court-appointed advisor or whatever, working on cases.
The people involved were these people, but of course, one of them we recognize as a friend, MamaMax. So of course, when it comes down to these advocates, right, every child has a chance. I don't really think kids and their investigations have a chance when this scumbag is sitting in your Zoom call, okay? And of course, the further we go down, obviously Max's abilities to filmmake was something that he was helping teach the children, which was probably the only thing that I think he was fit to do in the first place. Anything regarding the law or justice, absolutely terrible. Horrible stuff to see. One thing that really got me freaked out here was Max's mega upload link. Now, originally, we had seen this link, which was the folder or file was reported to contain objectionable content such as CSAM material, violent extremism, and bestiality. So the link creator's account has been closed and their full details, including IP address, have been provided to the authorities. Now, back 8 months ago, when people looked through Max's Vimeo account, which has a lot of content now unfortunately removed for, investigation stuff, one of them linked to a Pastebin account that Max had apparently owned. 4 years ago, one of these, untitled February 26, 2021, led to a Pastebin where the evidence was located in this mega NZ folder. When going to this URL now, what actually comes out is something even freakier. So the content you're visiting is because the folder was containing illegal objectionable content. However, there is a new little blurb here. If you have concerns about your thoughts or behavior regarding sexual images of minors, there is confidential, anonymous help available. The Stop It Now Protect help people deal with, thoughts about, minors and make positive changes. So interesting blurb to add. One of these speculations was if it wasn't, illegal material like that, maybe it was something snuff related and whatnot. And the thing is, I would wager that even based on the transparency reports, there is something owned in this account that absolutely broke stuff. Now, at the time, Max even told me that this account wasn't connected to him, but somebody else, which, again, I can choose to believe or not believe. At this point, his trust isn't entirely, trust really isn't there. But at this moment in time, seeing this, if you're affiliated with anybody on your team or anybody close to you that could be uploading this material, that is very, very illegal. You cannot store...
So we all remember this, yeah? MamaMax was archiving evidence, and he probably archived CSAM or something on his Mega Drive, and then it got taken down. Wasn't 100% confirmed to be CSAM, but was likely CSAM. We all remember this, right? Thanks, Mutaha. Thank you. Thanks, Mutaha.
Or illegal material, even if you're quote-unquote investigating.
Who remember? Who remember?
It's illegal to distribute, host, or possess any of this illegal material, which shows me exactly why this fucking scumbag shouldn't be working with kids or anybody in the future. But of course, things escalated even beyond all of this, ladies and gentlemen.
Also, guys, what's this biggest problem drama? Can someone... Is the episode, up somewhere? Can I see what all this drama's about? Can someone post the stuff in the farm for it, please?
Gentlemen, because it seems like Spencer, the star witness in this entire charade, came out and basically was not entirely happy with the treatment that Max had provided. So about 2 days ago, one verified update coming from this MamaMax mod team on Reddit said, I have known Spencer since I was 15, want to clear the air, she was always kind to me, so it hurts to post this, but she also kind of abused my empathy to her in the fullest.
Thank you,
and I know somewhat enough to, I think, to make a credible post. She did go missing at a point in time, but knew of Max and Max knew her. This was not, I came across this as a YouTuber.
I want to watch Vito's meltdown, whatever this was.
These people knew each other and empathy to her in the fullest. And I know somewhat enough to, I think, to make a credible post. She did go missing at a point in time, but knew of Max and Max knew her. This was not, I came across this as a YouTuber. These people knew each other, apparently, it seemed. Camden did have Spencer come to Georgia. She says she talked her way into getting on a bus. But when she told me the story after years of not seeing each other, because of seeing Camden in the whole situation, then...
We all remember this too, right? MamaMax moved Spencer in with him. He was like looking after her. She was a survivor of the Black Vampire cult.
Reconnecting, she told me he bought her a ticket. So again, when you have stories that constantly fluctuate, it makes the entire situation unbelievable down the road to the most skeptical of people. I never knew about the vampire werewolf stuff, but I knew she wrote fanfiction about it, and I feel maybe she was so lost on the internet that this fantasy could become real to her. I don't know. She never told me she would recruit other young underage girls for him. She told me he was doing this to other girls, and it was a cult that everyone was involved in. I think she had this information because of how it would look. Yeah, if you look like the Ghislaine Maxwell in the situation, you're, in my opinion, also just as guilty. When I found out through an edited clip of their podcast that she basically grew, I was disgusted. So she has no disability. I myself was paid to take her to get it checked out so she could receive disability checks. Essentially, she was denied because there's no disability. Later on in our friendship, she mentioned a guy that has a YouTube channel, MamaMax, who she was friends with for years, wants to help get justice for her and other girls. And it would take some years to do so. I thought it was great because she'll be getting justice. She opened up about many miscarriages, and as someone who has miscarried, I also felt bad, but in the back of my mind, found it odd due to the amount of miscarriages. Now, me, I'm a man. So this whole topic point was not something I was going to go into. If my YouTube channel was my wife, she would absolutely tear into this.
Dude, that was epic content. All the miscarriages. Oh, man.
Taylor super chatted $5.
Thank you for the $5, Tolly. How many miscarriages did you have? How many did you have? It was like fucking 5 and 6 months or some stupid shit, wasn't it? I can't remember.
Being a nurse that she is, she told me that the amount of miscarriages going through just did not add up, okay? Timings did not work the way that Spencer had described it. But of course, this is a minor point in the grand scheme of things. Anyways, not to trauma dump, she would share these stories with other people, and I would introduce her to, and they would always tell me that she is lying, but she's so deep in her lies, she believes them. I have a friend who is a psychologist, we all went to a club together, and when he met her, he said she definitely has trauma, but that unhealed trauma, she's developed a victim mentality, which absolutely can be a real thing. There's no doubt in my mind that there's probably something that has went wrong in this person's life, but, you know, you can either let it frame you as a forever victim, or you can choose to grow up out of it. There's bad things that happen in plenty of people's lives, okay? Some people can work through it, and God bless you if you can, and some people, unfortunately, succumb to it and develop, you know, more, I guess you could say, mental disabilities out of it, okay? Their mental framework just shifts. So obviously, that is just a statement from this person right here, but obviously somebody who appears to be pretty close to the situation. What is important is apparently the messages that Spencer had sent out. Now, I want to preface, anytime I see a message that I haven't myself refreshed, I can't necessarily believe it, but I'm also glad to see somebody is a 5% battery warrior like yours truly. So I ended up moving in, this from Spencer apparently, moving in with the YouTuber that...
Okay, awesome. So this is the brand new stuff before the brand new stuff, okay? This is the new stuff before the brand new stuff. So these are our Spencer updates. Fuck Mudahar's reading. Let's read it ourselves, okay? I don't want to hear this. So I ended up moving in with the YouTuber that was supposed to help me expose the cult as it was my last resort. He promised to cover food, medical, everything. Well, he only wanted to help for the money, and he never paid any of the medical from the start. He was buying food at first, but then he tanked his career, which in turn has people convinced I'm a bad person like him. So people are stalking me online. I mean, you were kind of like obviously capping for a lot of it too, right? But I mean, it's all well and good. Like, yeah, she's the quote-unquote victim. She's got less agency here. She's not the fucking YouTuber. But I feel like she was spinning tails too, right? And wants me out because he's not making money off me, but still wants to try to make money off me. He got me a dog and had me move everything I own to anchor me. I figured out a foster for my dog until I can figure out permanent housing, but my biggest issue is needing someone willing to drive the full 18 hours from Dallas to here and back. I have the U-Haul trailer figured out, but I'm panicked because if I don't get out after my dog leaves on the 15th, I'll be stuck here until after my birthday and have really no way to feed myself. I'm sure you survive. Yeah, I mean, I 100% believe, here's what I think. Max probably moved her in to control her, got her a dog to control her, and was doing everything he could to control her and limiting the amount he was spending on her. Not, you know, getting sick of it, pissed off. The whole project had fallen through, so he was resentful and pissed off about it, so he wasn't helping her. Yep, absolutely. I believe that to be the case. But also, let's not cap here. You thought this was going to be a good ride for you too. Let's be real.
That was supposed to help me expose the cult, right? Like, he promised me of my has people on internet. You wants me out, move everything out. But my biggest issue,
Max was a victim, Spencer.
Boy. So
if she was attractive, I'd agree with you. But she's not. I've been having to live off donating plasma because I was limited to remote work. I don't qualify for anything remote due to my experience. I just need to be back. People I know.
Basically, moving on forward into it, she's don't black withholding gas. Damn. Now, mind you,
he's not physically hurting me, but it was withholding funds that were supposed to be mine since January. So I'm struggling to donate plasma just to feed my dog and myself. Gaslights me and also tried to convince me to break up with Michael. He had $5,000 that he was supposed to give back to me as funds for the survivors of the cult, but everyone else fucked off. I asked for the money every now and again. His excuse was always something about bills. I finally remembered again today, and he's taking $1,700 in expenses, so I only got $3,300. And he wants to do it in 5 payments of $660. I got my first payment today, but with covering my dog's transportation. My friend to foster him. That's me back a bit, I think.
At the time, that money was being papers for bills. And he's taking $1,700 in expense. I got my first payment post. Please just don't name me, as people on Reddit are stalking me because of this YouTube.
Yeah,
and I don't want to add fuel to their fire. What's the internet? Who have not been to see on to go that you need. Who I earned this in his whole least life. What a bad you're about.
Nothing else.
Just like dislike
right, nothing else worthwhile here. No problem. Okay, so that brings us to today. Okay, that was the last we heard. Was Spencer struggling, Spencer complaining, whinging. Let's check out the newest stuff, okay? This is now Speaking Up, uploaded 7 hours ago by MamaMax. Let's see. I'm cringing immediately. I'm cringing. And there's the dog as well. Cringing immediately. He's in the same room with the MLK picture behind him. Right, you'd think after getting clowned for the MLK picture so hard, he'd, like, change his background, right? Like, this is just crazy. It's to still have this up in the background, and then you open your video like this. This is awful, man. Oh, my God. Get with his fist up.
Guys. I just want to talk.
Oh.
There's a lot.
So fucking cringe, man.
I have to share with you over the next few uploads. It may be decades before the truth around this case comes to light. And the survivors will speak up when they are ready. But I would like to start uploading again.
Wait, but we just saw Spencer speaking up. But we just saw that, and she didn't sound very happy with how it was going. Okay.
With you over the next few uploads. It may be decades before the truth around this case comes to light. And the survivors will speak up when they are ready. But I would like to start uploading again.
Well, yeah, we're given quite a long time frame here. Decades? Really, man? Decades, it doesn't work online. Sorry, bro. Decades does not fly.
Truth around this case comes to light. And the survivors will speak up when they are ready. But I would like to start uploading again.
You think maybe you should have been like ready with the survivors to speak up when you started putting videos out about the case? Maybe. I thought that probably would have been a good time to have all the survivors in place and ready to speak up. Also, guys, before we get too far into this, okay, I am going to do a quick shill, okay, because I'm a total piece of shit, okay? I'm going to be totally real with you right now. So, guys, with 340 people here right now, only 58 likes on the stream, there's about 290 people that we can push into liking the stream right now. So, guys, let's try and pump those likes up. That would be absolutely huge. Pump those likes up, okay, guys? Now, if you want to take your support even further, you can click the Stream Allowance link in the pinned chat message, which will allow you to donate directly. You can buy a membership or gift a membership in the chat to someone else. Gift a whole bunch of memberships randomly throughout the chat. You can buy yourself a super chat, which will highlight your message and read it out on TTS, or a super sticker, which will buy a YouTube image or GIF and highlight it in chat, which I will then describe to you. You can go to discord.gg/Kuihman, twitter.com/Kuihman, reddit.com/r/Kuihman. Thank you. Okay, let's get back to it.
Now, you've probably heard a lot of different things about me. Distinguishing between what's real and what's not is a challenge in the year 20.
Yep, because you faked so much of it. That's why figuring out what's real and what's not is difficult, is because so much of your back catalog is entirely fake, right?
You've probably heard a lot of different things about me. Distinguishing between what's real and what's not is a challenge in the...
John Sanchez super chatted $2. PLS Dono to Kuihman's 3 beer hangover fun tie.
Thank you, John Sanchez. Thank you.
Year 2024. And it's probably only going to get harder as time goes on.
Yo, thank you, Ashley, for the 10 gifted memberships. Thank you. And thank you, Q, for the gifted membership.
Mass psychosis is very real. And I'm sure you all can pretty much feel it at this point. Now,
mass psychosis is very real. Bro, this guy will actually try anything, won't he? This guy, honestly, it's based. I have to respect it. When you're like totally blown out, you run tail between your legs from the internet, go and hide for months, try and find anything else, any other avenue to do something. Then you get blown out of that too. Then you come back and you're like, listen guys, I was right the whole time and you guys are tripping. Actually, I'm the only sane one, frankly.
It's a challenge in the year 2024, and it's probably only going to get harder as time goes on. Mass psychosis is very real, and I'm sure you all can pretty much feel it at this point. Now, people have taken my silence as an admission of guilt. That is not the case. I was simply respecting the wishes of those I was advocating for.
Right. No, you were hiding. What? Thank you for the $5. Basically, Max is claiming our memory was altered, like at the end of Trailer Park Alien. Great reference there. Great reference. Right. You've thrown me off. Holy fuck. Stop with the
X6270 next super chatted $5. Basically, Max is claiming our memory was altered like at the end of Trailer Park Alien.
You've thrown me off with it. The da-da-da-das of totally... Dude, okay, what did he say? It wasn't an admission of guilt. He went and did something else. He was trying to do a different job. He was trying not to do YouTube. He's only come back because he got fired from that.
At this point. Now, people have taken my silence as an admission of guilt. That is not the case. I was simply respecting the wishes of those I was advocating for. But I am not the monstrous villain that I've been caricaturized as. I don't care. I don't care who says I'm doing this for money or clout. I have lost that, and I'm still doing this work because it truly matters, because it is very important work. We need to refocus our conversations on future generations that are facing multiple global threats that we are all perpetuating.
Wait, so, oh my god, dude, I can't wait to see. I'm honestly, I can't wait to see what this guy's content is like. Oh my god. I hate it as well, because I wish this guy would just like drop off the face of the earth. Because he's like, I truly, right? It sucks. Like, absolutely. And this is my constant experience, okay? It sucks hating someone so much for such good reasons. And just feeling like you're screaming into the void about it for so long, you know? MamaMax was so obviously terrible, but people fucking sucked him off. So when you finally see it turn, it's like, I want this guy destroyed. I want this guy gone. But now he's been gone for a bit. I'm like, I can't wait to see what this guy's content is. I'll say I want to watch it. I want to see it. Like, if he's... Because, right, here's what I'm imagining, okay? Is he's recognized that if he tries to do any of the pedo hunting shit, where he actually has to do like a real investigation or like, you know, be intimately involved with a case in some way, he's completely, there's no way he's going to get away with that and he'll be dogged forever. But like, I don't know where this video goes. I haven't seen it yet. But if he's talking about like world-ending threats, imagine if this guy's making like Hotline Miami videos about climate change and shit like that. How fucking funny would that be, man? How it would be so good. MamaMax videos about climate change, dude. I would be laughing my ass off. So, like, if he tries to talk about, like, broader social... If he's like, we've got to save the kids from rising water levels. Oh, man. It would be great. Yeah, we don't like fracking. Oh, God.
Says I'm doing this for money or clout. I have lost that, and I'm still doing this work because it truly matters, because it is very important work. We need to refocus our conversations.
The animals are leaving. The aliens aren't contacting us. It might just be you.
On future generations that are facing multiple global threats that we are all perpetuating. And there's so much work we have to do to help them. So if you take away one thing from this channel, let it be this. Crimes against children remains one of the most devastating sources of injustice and suffering for humanity. That is a fact. So yes, absolutely call the police when you have been harmed or your children have been harmed. Oh, however, that is just the first step in a very long and difficult process that most victims give up on. And most children go without seeing justice. However,
Cat Zaflock super chatted $1.48. We don't like globalists.
Oh, dude, that's the other amazing alternate route for MamaMax is full blown like populist grifter. Like the elites are pedophiles. The World Economic Forum is going to great reset us. We're going to own nothing and eat the bugs. Dude, that would be, whoa, that'd be goated. That would be so good.
We can rebuild the infrastructural issues with law enforcement and legal processes to ensure more kids are getting restorative justice that they deserve. And hopefully one day we can prevent crimes from happening to children at all. That is my mission.
Where's that? Where's this music from?
Where more kids are getting restorative justice that they deserve.
This is a stolen song. Where's this from? Is that Parasite Eve?
We can rebuild the infrastructural issue.
Or is it Foregone Destruction? Yeah, because I used this in my fucking Brianna Wu video. It's Foregone Destruction. Yeah. Yeah.
Issues with law enforcement and legal processes to ensure more kids are getting restorative justice that they deserve. And hopefully one day we can prevent crimes from happening to children at all. That is my mission. Okay? Because justice is not freely given. It is something we must fight for. And that sucks. Because a lot of kids can't fight. They don't even know where to begin. They probably don't even know that crime is being committed against them most times. Cyber crimes against children continues to rise at an unprecedented scale. And the psychological exploitation of technology will destroy us if we do not correct these patterns. That is my belief. Those who have a voice must speak for those who are voiceless. So with that said, I will see you soon.
It's just like nebulous, save the kids. It's like he's learned nothing. Just nebulous. We have to stop the pedos and save the kids. I mean, well, obviously he's learned nothing. He's trying to just do his grift again. Feel free to ask anything here. I'll do my best to respond. Does he reply in this thread or does he give a reply? I mean, he's getting raped in comments there. I'm so excited to see what the content looks like. Let's theory craft. Let's take a moment to theory craft MamaMax's new content. We've got either... Okay. The climate change angle's dead from the rest of that video. he's talking about cybercrime against kids, so delusions, like technology is like mind control. You know, these are the sorts of ideas he's going for. You got to think of this like a film, right? These are his themes right now, because that's how he does everything. He could be doing like, what do we think? Because there's two ways he can go. He can either go like full grift and like be super destructive. I think that's unlikely though. I think that's unlikely. I think he's going to be trying to take a bit more of a straight-laced approach now. I think he's going to try and make it work. I don't think it's exactly misinformation is what I'm thinking. Because on one side, he could go full populist grifter, like the elites are pedophiles, the Great Reset, all this shit. But I would imagine more like he's going to take a more, you know, safe, a bit more of a big tech approved, I'm not going to get banned, I'm going to keep my payment processes sort of angle. I think that's way more likely than him going totally insane. Yeah, exactly. It sounds like he just wants to be making money off of YouTube again, basically. And so I think he's going to try and stay relatively clean. The thing is that he was kind of, okay, he wasn't acting, he wasn't like insane when he was making his videos before, really. He was acting rationally because he was getting away with it, right? he was making a lot of money and getting away with it. It was rational for him to continue. The biggest YouTubers on the platform were sucking his dick and giving him a free pass. So to say he was being like super irrational, well, he wasn't really, was he? No, he knew what he could get away with, and he did. NJF enlightened me on AWAP. How did your date with that Aryan go, Max? Has that been? His videos were so unserious, though. I don't know how anyone sat through them. Well, they claimed they didn't. Look at my DMs. Oh, okay. Awesome. I can read it. You decided that instead of going on a date, you were going to help your high school crush who's no longer an e-girl. Or do you want me to read the full idea? Anyway, let's try and finish the segment, okay? Are we done theory crop? What? Is there anything else I want to talk about with MamaMax? How long have I been going for here? I need to make sure it's enough for a video. Yeah, we've been going. Yeah. Okay, that's the MamaMax setup. I've put my time in.